Hello, guys. So I'm pretty sure you heard this before. If God is real, or if healings and miracles are real, how come people in the hospitals are not getting healed? And the truth of the matter is, it's not that simple as people like to think of it as is. Um, Number one, people are not being allowed to into hospitals to pray for sick people. Even if you are a medical doctor, if you're found to be continually praying for sick people without their permission or things like that, you're gonna get into trouble. And not even if you go to the hospital, not everybody will allow you to pray for them, and not everybody will have the faith. Even if they say you should pray for them, no, not everybody will have the faith to be healed. And so it's not that simple. Even if they have the faith to be healed, doesn't necessarily mean they'll be healed. If you look at the Bible, I'll put the verses on the screen so you can verify it for yourself. But when Jesus went to his hometown, he couldn't do any miracle there. Because of the spirit of, or the sin of familiarity, they were too familiar with him. It was a carpenter's son, and they saw him as a child growing up. Now he's back, claiming to heal people. I mean, come on. Nobody's gonna take that too seriously. Okay, so he couldn't do any miracle basically there. And even when he went out and people were following him, just trying to get a touch of him so he can pray for them or stuff like that. Not everybody was healed. There was this woman, the woman known as the woman with the issue of blood. She heard that Jesus was in town, and she has been suffering for a really long time, for 9 years, or a couple of years, a long time. And she was bleeding all the time, and she couldn't cure herself. So she had no cure. Okay, so when she heard that Jesus was coming to town, she made it a point to meet Jesus, so that day she will be healed, because she was been shedding something for a long time. So she goes, and then she sees Jesus in the crowd. People are touching Jesus, holding, pulling him, pray for me, and the disciples, they're just shoving people aside, pulling people aside, like bodyguards do. When a popular person comes to the town, everybody wants to touch him, just shove, you know what I'm saying? So, this woman manages, and she somehow touched the hem of Jesus' garments, because, she needed it, okay? She touched the hem of the garment, boom, she was healed. Now, the interesting thing that happened was that a lot of people were touching Jesus, but they were not getting healed. And because Jesus said he felt that virtue had left him, like something had left his body. Something good has left his body, So the disciples are like, Jesus, yeah, everybody's touching you right now. He was like, no, something left my body. Okay, virtue just came out of me. And then he realized that the woman who was sick with the issue of blood had just gotten healed. Now, how come people around them didn't get healed? These things sometimes, they are the will of God for the person to get healed, and the will of God for the person to not get healed that day. So just because you go to a healing meeting, or like a healing crusade, or like this healing, like a Benin conference, or one of the, healing ministers, expecting to be healed and nothing happens, doesn't mean that God was not healing other people. these things sometimes also it could be, it could be physical. It's not necessarily every sickness that is healed by prayer. God gave us medicine, He gave us plants, He gave us herbs. And one thing you got to realize with God is that God is not a wasteful person, okay? Everything that God gives is for a reason, okay? So if God gives you a miracle, miracles are for a certain purpose. And when God gives you medicine, medicine also for a certain purpose. So you just cannot ignore what God has given us. So a miraculous healing happens, but it's not the only way that God heals. Okay. I've gotten healed before at a conference. And that was the first time I had that. That was like a Reinhard Bonnke concert that I went to, and I was healed. Okay. I was healed that day. And many people went to the stage to give their testimonies. Not everybody was even able to give their testimonies anyway. So, because a lot of people got healed. And I'm sure a lot of people went there and they didn't get healed. Okay. I went there, I got healed. I didn't get healed of everything, because you gotta realize that the greatest miracle is the salvation. Okay. I mean, you can get healed today, and the next minute you injure yourself again. You know what I'm saying? So it's God's power, but there are more important things than healing. I mean, you're always gonna remember the day you were saved. You're necessarily not gonna remember the day you were healed. When you're about to sin, the day you became born again, you remember that you were a Christian, that you gave your life to Christ. But that day, if healing, that's all you have, I mean, that's not gonna help you very much when you're faced with temptation of sin.